For practice exercise 2.13 nested numbers 2, we are asked to modify our code from a previous problem to produce the following output. Our previous problem was nested numbers, so if we go back to it and copy this code, we can paste it in here like this. So this is our previous code, and what our previous code does is it outputs numbers 0 through 9 3 times and in ascending order. This is in descending order, and it outputs it a total of what looks like 5 times. So there's a few things we're going to have to change. There's also there's 5 rows as well, so we're going to have to change how many times our output is outputted. So first we look at our outer for loop, which looks at the rows. It prints all the different rows, so we need to make this 5 because there's now 5 rows. Now we need to print numbers 1 through 9, or actually 0 through 9, and we have 0 through 9 here. That looks good. However, we're going to start printing from 9. So we'll say b is equal to 9, and this is going to run until b is less than or equal to 0. And instead of being b++, we need to do b minus minus to avoid an infinite loop. Next, we need to print 5 of every single number. So we can say c is less than 5, and we are just going to print b, because b is going to be the number we're initially looking at. If we submit this, we have not passed the test, and that is because we have a problem with how many times things are being outputted. So if we look and we see that we need to change this. So what we had before was b is less than or equal to 0. B has to be greater than or equal to 0, so that every time it goes down it gets closer to 0. If b is less than or equal to 0, it's not going to run, because b is never less than or equal to 0 because we first started out with 9. So then if we submit this like this, then we have passed the test. We notice that we use the same number twice, 5 right here for both of these. So instead of using 5, what we can do is make a final int, and we can call this number of times, and we set this equal to 5. And instead of outputting 5 both times, we can just copy this number of times, and if we run it again, it'll be the same exact thing, where it just outputs the 5. So that is the code that will produce this output.